What's going on, guys? It's F4 here, and tonight I am back with another video. And tonight, as you guys know, that the UNC Tar Heels played at home versus the Cal Bears, or California Golden Bears, and the UNC topped it off with a 79-53 win. First half, UNC led by 10 points, 39-29. Second half, they pretty much rolled on to 40-24 in the second half to make it 79-53. UNC goes from 12, where they go to a 12-6 overall record and a 5-1 in the ACC play. Solid so far in the ACC play. Hopefully they'll continue to build off that winning streak and just beating the teams that they need to beat and just continuing to win. Hopefully to have a good resume going into March, which is crazy. March is almost here. To think about it, it's January. We have a whole month of February and then March. I mean, it's crazy to think about. Basketball is already halfway through the season, and just like it's just going by like super fast too. Ian Jackson had a awesome game again. Kind of went off in the second half. I didn't really watch the first half because I got home, and then I pretty much watched the whole second half, so I know what to talk about. Elliot Cadeau, I think he had a season high this year. 15 points finally. He's going off, which UNC desperately needs him to go off because he's not a great shooter. Hey, hats off to Elliot Cadeau, even though I would criticize him for like the last 3 or 4 games. Also, I was gonna make a video about NC State. They won 63-6, or UNC won 63-61. That crazy game. I didn't have time to make that video, so I'm gonna make this video for tonight. And so it was just awesome to see UNC just playing solid, in my opinion. Though they missed some shots here and there, they turned the ball over here and there, but to win and just had the lead the whole entire game, which was just nice to see, and you just not being stressed out watching this team play against Cal. Cal has some tall players. Also, hats off to UNC for shutting down Andre Stahogovic. I can't pronounce the last name. He only had 6 points, but he averaged about 20 points per game. And, of course, UNC shut him down. RJ Davis struggled tonight, but he did some other stuff to help the team. And so let's go ahead and go through the stats for tonight's game. I'm going to read off ESPN so you guys can look up yourself as well. Jalen Washington had an okay game, had 6 points, had 4 total rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 block, 1 steal as well. So he pretty much did a lot, though he only shot 3 for 7 from the field goal range and didn't really do so much in the paint because they had some decent-sized players in the paint. Also, Drake Powell, not a great game. Had 5 points, shot 2 for 5, had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 turnover. So not too bad. He had a good 3 in the second half. But other than that, just kind of a quiet game tonight. Ian Jackson once again dominating with 20 points, shot 8 for 15, 1 for 4 in the 3-point line. 3 for 3 in the field goal percentage. He had overall 7 rebounds. Could have had a double-double. Had 1 assist, 1 steal. Had 2 turnovers, but that doesn't matter. And he had 1 personal foul. Elliot Cadeau, hats off to this guy. I mean, I criticize him so much because he doesn't really shoot the ball well. He also turns the ball over a lot. He did have 4 turnovers this game, but still, hey, 15 points is better than 4 turnovers in my opinion. So that overtakes that. He did have 3 personal fouls, which he still, for some whatever reason, the refs hate this guy whenever he plays defense. So he also had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and so overall solid. He had 7 for 15 from the field goal range, 1 for 2 in the 3-point range. So solid from him. So he had an awesome game. RJ Davis, man, he's just struggling. I don't know what is going on. Like, he had an okay game. He had a good game against State, but just I don't know what is going on. He had 2 for 9 for field goal range, 1 for 4 for 3-point range, 2 for 2 free throw line. Had 5 rebounds. He had 3 assists, which is pretty good. Had 2 turnovers, like 7 points, man. It's just, you're a fifth-year senior. It's just not great. James Brown had a few minutes. Lubin played pretty solid tonight. Had about 8 rebounds, 3 blocks, which is solid, and 7 points. So he actually had a good game coming off from the bench. Jalen Withers actually also had a decent game coming off from the bench. In the second half, he did a little more productivity in the second half. And then, of course, Seth Trimble, awesome to see him back on the flow with 12 points, 3 steals, 6 rebounds. And so he's done solid. Kay Tyson comes in late, shoots a 2-point shot. And then, just so overall, UNC Overall, UNC shot 47% from the field, 35% in the three-point range, 92% in the free throw range. And also for California or Cal Bears, their top leading scorers were Maddie Sisseko. He had 16 points. And the second leading scorer, which was Joshua Ola Joseph, had 10 points. And of course, Andre Stojokovic had 6 points, but he's their best player on the team. So shutting him down for 6 points was awesome. Just see from UNC. So solid game. Though there was some instances where UNC turned the ball over multiple times, missed layups, but it is what it is. Where UNC just has to live with that. So let's go ahead go through the team stats, and then I'll finish it up there and to wrap it up the video. All right, so field goal percentage, like I said before, UNC went 31 for 65, 47%. Cal went 24 for 69, not great, with 34%. Three-point line, horrible for Cal, 3 for 25, not great, which is 12%, probably a record low. And then UNC still not great either, with 5 for 14, with 35%. Free throw line, UNC had a lot more free throws. Cal only had 2, which is kind of crazy. And so they shot 40%. UNC shot 92. Rebounds, UNC led by 10 or 12 rebounds more than Cal, which they had 45 compared to Cal's with 33. Offensive rebounds, UNC and Cal tied. Defensive rebounds, Cal had 22. UNC had a whopping 34, which is kind of crazy to think about since they're a smaller team this year. Assist, UNC had 9 assists, and the Cal had 12 assists. Steals, UNC and Cal both had 7 steals. Blocks, UNC had 4 blocks. Cal had 3. Points off of turnover, UNC once again doing a good job with points off of turnovers. 10 points compared to 4. Fast break points, UNC just okay. I'm gonna accept the fast pace points, which is good for UNC because that is what their bread and butter is. 16 points compared to Cal's 2 points in the paint. Shocking, UNC had 44 compared to Cal's 38. Fouls, UNC had 10 fouls overall, and of course Cal only had 9. And largest lead of the night, UNC had a 27. Okay, so Cal actually did have a lead. It probably was in the first half. UNC had the largest lead, which is 27. So there you have it with the stats. You guys can look it up on ESPN yourself as well. And so solid game, like I said before, from UNC. So they're on a 4-game winning streak. They play Stanford next at home on the 18th. And so that will be an interesting game for them. Hopefully UNC will continue on winning. And then the brutal schedule after that is Wake Forest, Boston College. Hopefully that'll be a win. Or they're at Wake Forest, and then they're at Pitt, at Duke. Whew, that's going to be a brutal stretch right there. If they can get like two wins out of that with the Wake Forest, at Pitt, I don't really see them beating Duke, but that'll be a great upset. And then the rest, they'll play Pitt, Clemson, Syracuse, NC State, Virginia, Florida State, Miami, Virginia Tech, then home against Duke. So they have to win at least 7 to 8 more games in this conference, I think, to be able to be looked at for the tournament. So they just got to continue to win. They're 5-1 in the conference, 12-6 overall. So solid ACC play. And wish they would have won 2 or 3 more games, non-conference league. But anyways, it is what it is. All right, guys, Steph Wood here. Go Heels. Next game is against Stanford on the 18th at 2 o'clock Eastern Time at CW Sports. All right, guys, Steph Wood here. You have a great night. Peace out.